Alright guys, here with this exercise we're going to do some single leg RDLs, single leg Romanian deadlifts. I find that the unilateral exercise, the single leg version, is much more effective at utilizing the glutes. Because anytime you're doing an exercise on one leg, it requires much more hip stability. And where do you get the hip stability from? From your glutes, your glute median and glute maximus. So doing a single leg version is much more effective for the glutes. Doing the bilateral, the two-legged version of RDL is much more effective at recruiting the hamstrings. So what way me and Candice are going to do right now is I'm going to do the supported version. Therefore, if you're not really concerned with your balance and stability and you're just trying to build some big honking glutes, you might want to go a bit heavier and build it, utilize some stability. Where Candice, she's going to do the unstabilized version to recruit a little bit more balance and some stabilizers. Would you typically do this exercise, unstabilized, stabilized?
I'll do both. I'll mix it up. I like to do unsupported to really get those stabilizer muscles and to work the pelvic floor, the balance, and the hips and everything like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, there is no right or wrong answer. I feel like that the best bet would be to maybe do your first couple sets unsupported, and then maybe your last two sets you can try to challenge yourself to go up in weight and lightly stabilize yourself. As you notice, I'm not going to shift all my weight onto the bench. I'm just going to utilize maybe a couple fingers on the bench just to give me some balance, so I can really concentrate on the stretch and the activation of my glute. One particular point to emphasize, especially on this exercise, is that you notice that Candice and myself went very slow, and we were really concentrating on each and every rep, and really concentrating on both ends of the range of motion. The bottom part, the stretching part, where the glute is being stretched, and then the very top part, the concentric and the isometric, that holding that squeeze. Really, each repetition is going to take you about 3 seconds, so that's a lot of time under tension. So if you're doing 10 reps, that's 30 seconds of tension on the glute. I don't know about you, but my ass is on fire right now, and I can tell my glutes are being very stimulated. So don't just try to rush through your set, is what I'm trying to tell you. Take your time, slow it down, time under tension, trust me, your glutes will respond.
Exactly.
Alright guys, our next exercise is going to do some glute bridges. And just for efficiency matters, we're going to utilize the Smith machine. A, because it's safe, B, because it's efficient, and C, because you can actually really load the weights up pretty heavily with this thing and still conduct it in a safe manner. And those glutes really need a lot of weight, a lot of stimulus in order for them to grow and stay full and round. Especially Candice right now, she's 5 weeks out from the show, so she's trying to maintain as much muscle mass as she can, especially in the glute area, because all women know they carry a lot of fat to the glutes as they lean out and get ready for competition. For instance, they might lose the glutes, so training them hard and heavy all the way up until the show date is extremely critical at maintaining that fullness and that booty, right? Yep.
Now Ryan, do you like to have your feet more in?
Actually, this particular exercise I like to have them about shoulder width, maybe a little bit closer inward. But actually, it's all personal preference. I want you guys to play around with your base to determine where you feel the maximal squeeze and how you can get your hips up the highest. You want full extension. That's the primary goal of this particular exercise, as high as you can get that. So Candice is going to drive through her heels. She's got the bar placed right on the top of her hips. Okay. A little bit below the hip bone, so there's no actual pain. You got a really thick pad on the bar right here. And then she's going to go ahead and keep her shoulder blades and her head supported by the bench. And then she's going to drive the weight just straight up. Driving through the heels. She's going to try to get that 3-second isometric pause at the top and really contract and squeeze those glutes right there. That's perfect right there. Yep. That's right. That's how you build some world-class glutes right there. Yep. If you're looking at it from the side, you want to see a straight line from the knees to the hips to the shoulder blades or higher than that. So that way I know she's activating those glutes. The glutes doesn't kick in until actually the very top phase of this movement right here, that full hip extension right there. And like we like to get that, hold that squeeze at the top, it's going to build that time under tension, make those glutes work 3 times as harder.
Ladies, if you are on an Operation Build a Booty, this exercise is perfect. Like you said, you can load up the weight in a safe and proper form, and you can really focus on the squeeze and the tempo and everything. It's awesome. It's an awesome exercise.
And men, if you're on Operation Build a Booty, listen, I'm very heterosexual, and I still want to look good naked and want to have a nice pair of glutes. And especially it's only going to carry over to make you much stronger in leg training, back training, everything like that. So it's extremely critical. It's not just for the ladies, it's for the men too. I do these every week, and we do these very heavy, but very, as you said, like, Candice demonstrated extremely clean execution and form of that, and that's how the way that they're supposed to be done. So you know, enjoy them.
And focus on your breathing too. As you drive up with your hips, you want to exhale and really focus on that squeeze at the very top.
Yep. This is pretty much the equivalent as, you know, a bench press is to the chest, you know, pull-ups are to the back, or the bridges are to the glutes. So make this one of your staple exercises.
Definitely. So on to our next glute exercise. I'm going to be doing some cable step-ups. Right?
Yeah. So basically we're switching up your traditional step-ups, only going to utilize a cable as our resistance, not some dumbbells or a barbell. Having a little bit more of a resistance being pulled anteriorly is going to actually make the glutes work a lot harder throughout this movement, and not just mostly quads and hamstrings. So it's going to provide a little bit different twist, a twist in a way that's going to emphasize recruiting the muscles that we're trying to focus on today, which is the glutes. So you guys try it, enjoy, and give us some of your feedback as well. Notice you guys, she's a nice erect posture right here. She's driving through her heel, her foot, and as she comes up, she's going from leg extension and hip extension. Pushing those hips through, and squeezing the glutes. As you notice too, she's coming up and she's holding a little 1 to 2 second isometric squeeze at the top, emphasizing the one-legged balance and stability, and the hip extension together, which is causing a lot of her glutes to fire. So it's a great glute exercise. And the cable aspect actually takes away a little bit of the balance component to it. So you can actually focus a lot more on engaging the muscle we're trying to hit versus just balancing, you know, and stabilizing. I'm not saying that's not a good or bad thing. I'm just saying for aesthetic purposes, ladies and gentlemen, we're just trying to, you know, emphasize the glute firing and not so much balance. So the cable provides the best of both worlds.
And I like this a lot. This is the first time I've done with the cable, but I find it helps because it's pulling you this way, but then you're maintaining an upright posture. So it's better for those that have any kind of back or hip issues or anything like that. And it prevents you from using momentum, you know?
Right, exactly.
You focus on the actual step up versus like using the momentum.
Yeah, exactly. Great point. Good job, girl. Right. Candice, how's that heart rate right now?
I say it's pretty up there.
Yeah,
in a good way.
She just did about like almost 50 reps non-stop on each leg right there. Her booty's on fire for sure. She demonstrated very good, proper execution. It was flawless, and you know, you guys just try to mimic exactly what you just saw right there. You know, nice upright position, upright posture, driving through the heel of the foot.
Core tight.
Yep, core tight, core activated. Full hip extension to the top, holding that squeeze for a second or two. You notice how she was very smooth and slow with her tempo. Time under tension, you guys. Concentrate on that muscle, that mind-muscle connection right there.
Right.
You feel them?
Yes. And when you go really slow too, you'll see a lot of people like do a lot of like momentum and stuff like that, but it's good when you're for different exercises.
Exactly.
Or like cardio, but when you really want to focus on the glute, this is a perfect way for you to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid of step-ups because they lack the balance and stability that the exercise requires. So this, with the cable, actually prevents a lot of that. It already kind of pre-stabilizes you in the fact that like the cable doesn't need to be stabilized laterally. It's just pulling you forward, causing that glute to fire antagonistically to keep you upright. So, you know, everything looked good. Her booty's burning. We saw it firing, you know, so feeling it? Feeling good?
Feeling it.
All right, ready for the next exercise?
Yes.
All right, let's get it. All right, guys, I don't know about you, I'm having a blast today. My glutes are on fire, I'm feeling pumped. Training with one of the world's best right here. Candice, how you feeling, girl?
Good.
Feeling good?
Yes, my glutes are on fire.
Yeah, rock hard. She's 5 weeks out, ready to represent the best glutes on stage, best booty. We're gonna finish off this workout right here. We're gonna get in a little giant set to really vaporize those cheeks. We're gonna start off with a little pre-exhaustion with some plyometrics, some squat jumps, just basic squat jump. Basically, obviously trying to emphasize a stretch and as getting up as high as you can on the jump. Then we're gonna go transition from those right into a lunge, and I call these a duck walk. Basically, it's a traditional lunge. You can do a body weight, or if you're a real beast, you can weight up and do some weights with it. we're gonna try to emphasize staying low the whole time. Okay, so the pressure is constant on the hams and neck, especially the glutes the whole time by staying low. And then we're gonna finish off over here on the abduction machine. All right guys, before we get into some abduction right here, Candice is gonna go ahead and pre-exhaust her gluteus maximus right here, some more bridges. As if we haven't done enough before, we're gonna do a little bit more now. We're gonna incorporate the band so that you get more resistance at the very top of the movement, right where that glute kicks in. So, great way to pre-exhaust the cheeks before we get into some abduction. Feeling that?
Oh,
like
yeah.
that?
Oh,
Good,
yeah.
good. Nice, well that's what I'm talking about. Come on, way up there, get up there, that's it. Hell yeah, let's make the booty work right here. That's the Candice, come on, let's go 5, go. 5, nice. Up, 4, that's it, there you go. And 3, nice, come on. Good, last one, you're gonna stay all the way up, come on, up and hold. Now abduct for 20. Yep, there you go, come on. Good, keep those hips as high as you can. Good. And hold it a little bit longer out, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, that's what I'm talking about, right there. 10, 9, 8, 7, good. 6, up, here we go. 5, 4, come on Candice, we got 3, good. Come on, last one, keep it out and hold, keep it out and hold. Hips up, 5, 4, 3, 2, great job, nice.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. That's glute madness right there.
They're still on fire.
Oh yeah. So you're getting best of both worlds right there. Glute maximus activation by the bridge, and you hold that position, and then you're activating your glute medius, the upper outer part of the glutes, you guys, with the abduction. So you're getting glutes firing from all different directions. They don't know what the hell's going on. They just know they're hurting. You know. So you feel now and you like it?
Yes.
I don't know about you. I don't think of a better way I would want to spend my Sunday than working glutes with the best in the world. I had a great glute workout, and it's really an honor and a great time training with you, girl.
Same.
How you feeling?
Awesome. Thank you for putting me through that awesome glute workout.
Also, she busted her ass. She executed phenomenally. You know, you're talking about a world-class athlete, and if you guys do the exercises like she demonstrated, you guys are going to achieve some serious results here. We're just trying to throw in some different varieties of some old school exercises and some new school stuff too. So the thing is, you can never be afraid to try new stuff. Okay, that's how you stay out of plateaus. That's how you constantly, make your body continually achieve results. Always break yourself out of the comfort zone. Try new stuff, challenge yourself. Always the same rule applies. Always maximal intensity and proper technique over weights. Okay, once you've mastered the intensity and the technique, then you can start trying to challenge yourself with the weights. But I'm sure she's built her physique up, not always on heavy weights, but a lot of very strict, methodical movements and a lot of isolation as well as,
And then what we did in the beginning also, guys, when you do glutes, make sure you activate with those little humbling exercises that we were doing on the turf over there, because that'll really help engage the glutes during your workout.
Yeah, you heard it from the world's best. So you guys try this workout and hit us up on our social media, give us some feedback, okay? And let us know if you want us to give you some new tips, some new future workout videos. In the meantime, God bless and have a great time training.
Peace.
Team Allmax.
Team Allmax.